The old cabin groaned. Wind howled outside, rattling the windows. The storm had been brewing for hours, growing in intensity with each passing minute. The once gentle breeze had transformed into a ferocious gale, shaking the very foundations of the cabin. Rain lashed against the roof, a relentless drumming in the night. It was as if the heavens had opened up, unleashing their fury upon the earth. The sound was deafening, drowning out any other noise and creating a symphony of chaos. The downpour showed no signs of letting up, each drop adding to the cacophony. The wooden roof creaked under the weight of the water, but it held firm, a testament to the cabin's resilience. Lightning flashed, momentarily illuminating the dense woods surrounding the isolated cabin. Each bolt of lightning revealed the twisted branches and the thick underbrush, casting eerie shadows that danced in the brief moments of light. Inside, a fire crackled in the stone fireplace, casting flickering shadows that danced with each gust of wind that snuck in through the cracks. The warmth of the fire was a stark contrast to the cold, wet world outside. The air hung heavy with the scent of damp wood and a lingering sense of unease. The storm had brought with it a feeling of dread, as if the very atmosphere was charged with tension. 4 friends huddled around the flickering fire. They had come to the remote cabin seeking refuge from the storm and a weekend of reminiscing. The cabin, with its rustic charm, had seemed like the perfect getaway. They had come to the remote cabin seeking refuge from the storm and a weekend of reminiscing. The cabin, with its rustic charm, had seemed like the perfect getaway. But as the storm raged on, the atmosphere inside grew more tense. Their laughter and chatter provided a thin veil against the unsettling atmosphere that permeated the old house. They shared stories and memories, trying to keep the mood light, but the storm outside was a constant reminder of their isolation. But beneath their cheerful facade, a sense of foreboding lingered, amplified by the howling wind and the incessant pounding of rain. Each gust of wind seemed to whisper secrets, and each flash of lightning revealed glimpses of the unknown. They were isolated, cut off from the world, trapped in the heart of the storm, with secrets of the cabin slowly being revealed. The storm was not just a force of nature, but a harbinger of the mysteries that lay hidden within the walls of the old cabin. As the night wore on, the friends would come to realize that the storm was only the beginning of their ordeal.
Remember that summer we spent here as kids? We were convinced this place was haunted and we were so scared.
Don't remind me. I still get nightmares about the stories we told about the old woman who supposedly died in this very room right here.
Always the scaredy cat, Sarah. You never change. It's just an old cabin, nothing more. Creaky floors, drafty windows, nothing to be afraid of, really.
Let's just hope John's right about that.
Curiosity, and perhaps a touch of morbid fascination, drew them to the attic. The old house had stood abandoned for decades, its secrets locked away beneath layers of dust and neglect. The group had heard rumors of strange occurrences, whispers of ghostly apparitions and eerie sounds that seemed to emanate from the attic. It was this blend of curiosity and the thrill of the unknown that compelled them to explore the forgotten space. The storm raged outside, providing a chaotic soundtrack to their exploration. Thunder rumbled ominously, and lightning flashed, casting fleeting shadows that danced across the walls. The wind howled like a tormented spirit, rattling the old windows and adding to the sense of unease that gripped the group. Dust motes danced in the single beam of light cast by John's flashlight as they navigated through the labyrinth of forgotten treasures and discarded memories. Old trunks, broken furniture, and mysterious crates filled the space, each item a relic of a bygone era. The air was thick with the scent of mildew and decay, a testament to the years of neglect. Cobwebs clung to their faces like ghostly fingers as they pushed deeper into the attic's musty embrace. The further they ventured, the more oppressive the atmosphere became, as if the very walls were closing in on them. It was as though the attic itself was alive, watching their every move with unseen eyes.
What's that? Her voice trembled with a mix of excitement and fear, her finger pointing towards a shadowy corner of the attic.
She pointed to a dusty leather-bound journal, its cover barely visible beneath a thick layer of grime. The journal seemed to call out to them, beckoning them closer with an almost magnetic pull, tucked beneath a pile of moth-eaten blankets. The blankets were tattered and worn, their once vibrant colors faded to dull shades of gray. It was clear that no one had disturbed this corner of the attic for many years. The journal was old, its once bright cover faded and cracked with age. The leather was brittle and the edges were frayed, hinting at the countless hands that had once held it. It was a relic from another time, a silent witness to the passage of years. Its pages were filled with spidery handwriting, a testament to a bygone era. The ink had faded to a dull brown, and the words were written in a flowing script that spoke of a different time. Each page was a window into the past, a glimpse into the life of the journal's long-forgotten author. They huddled around the journal, their fingers tracing its worn surface. The leather felt rough and cold beneath their touch, as if it had absorbed the chill of the attic. There was a sense of reverence in their movements, a silent acknowledgement of the journal's significance. It felt strangely cold beneath their touch, as if imbued with an unnatural chill. The sensation sent shivers down their spines, and they exchanged uneasy glances. It was as though the journal itself was alive, its essence seeping into their very bones. A sense of foreboding settled over them as they realized they had stumbled upon something ancient and potentially dangerous. The air grew heavy with tension, and the storm outside seemed to intensify, as if mirroring the turmoil within the attic. They knew that whatever secrets the journal held, they were not meant to be uncovered. This was no ordinary diary. This was a chronicle of something dark and sinister. The very air around it seemed to hum with a malevolent energy, and the group could feel the weight of its history pressing down on them. It was a record of events that were best left forgotten, a testament to the darkness that lurked within the human soul. As they opened the journal, a gust of wind slammed the attic door shut, plunging them into darkness. The sudden noise startled them, and they jumped back, their hearts racing. The only light came from John's flashlight, its beam flickering as if struggling to stay alive. Panic surged through them as they fumbled for the flashlight, their hearts pounding in their chests. The darkness seemed to close in around them, and the storm outside roared with renewed fury. It was as if the attic itself was reacting to their intrusion, trying to drive them away. When they finally found the light, their eyes fell upon the journal's first entry, and the words seemed to leap off the page, imbued with a chilling malice. The handwriting was jagged and uneven, as if written in a state of frenzy. Each word seemed to pulse with a dark energy, and they could feel the malevolence radiating from the pages. The storm rages outside, mirroring the tempest within my soul. The words echoed in their minds, a haunting reflection of the turmoil they felt. It was as if the journal's author was speaking directly to them, sharing their pain and despair. This journal shall be my confession, my legacy, and my curse upon those who dare to read my words. The final words sent a chill down their spines, and they knew that they had uncovered something truly sinister. The journal was not just a record of the past, it was a warning, a curse that had now been passed on to them. The journal's words hung in the air, heavy with unspoken menace. Each sentence seemed to carry the weight of untold horrors, secrets that had been buried for decades, now unearthed by their curious hands. The room seemed to grow colder with every word they read, as if the very essence of the past was seeping into the present, wrapping them in a chilling embrace. A palpable shift occurred in the attic's atmosphere. The once familiar space now felt alien, as if they had crossed a threshold into another realm. The storm outside raged on, its fury mirrored by the turmoil within the attic. The wind howled through the cracks, carrying with it whispers of the past, voices that seemed to call out to them, urging them to uncover the truth. The shadows seemed to deepen, twisting and contorting into grotesque shapes that danced at the edge of their vision. It was as if the darkness itself was alive, a malevolent force that sought to consume them. The flickering candlelight cast eerie patterns on the walls, creating an ever-shifting tapestry of fear and dread. Every creak of the floorboards, every rustle of the wind seemed to amplify their growing sense of unease. The air grew thick with a cloying, almost suffocating presence. It was as if the very atmosphere was conspiring against them, pressing down on their chests, making it hard to breathe. The fog outside seemed to seep into the room, blurring the lines between reality and nightmare. They could feel the weight of unseen eyes upon them, watching, waiting for the right moment to strike.
This is messed up. I don't like this at all. It's like we're being watched, like something is lurking just out of sight, waiting to pounce. We should have never come here. This place is cursed. I can feel it in my bones.
Maybe we should just put it back. This doesn't feel right. Every instinct is telling me to leave, to get out while we still can. But at the same time, there's this pull, this need to know more. It's like the journal has a hold on us, drawing us deeper into its web of secrets and lies.
But Sarah was already engrossed in the journal's pages, her eyes scanning the faded ink with a mixture of fear and fascination. She couldn't tear herself away, each word pulling her further into the story, into the mind of the tormented author. It was as if she was living their nightmares, experiencing their pain and suffering firsthand. The journal had become a portal to another time, another life, and she was powerless to resist its call. The words seemed to draw her in, weaving a tapestry of madness and despair. Each sentence was a thread binding her to the past, to the horrors that had unfolded within these very walls. She could feel the weight of the author's anguish, their desperation to be heard, to be understood. It was a cry for help that transcended time, reaching out to her from beyond the grave. She could almost hear the author's voice, a tortured whisper echoing through the years. It was a voice filled with sorrow and regret, a voice that spoke of unspeakable horrors and unimaginable pain. It was a voice that begged for release, for redemption, for someone to finally uncover the truth and set them free. And in that moment, Sarah knew that she couldn't turn back. She had to see this through, no matter the cost.
We can't just ignore this. We have to understand what happened here. There's something more to this journal, something that goes beyond mere words on a page. It's a key, a map to uncovering the truth. We owe it to ourselves and to the author to see this through. We can't let fear hold us back. We have to be brave to face whatever lies ahead.
It's just an old journal. Probably some crazy old hermit's ramblings. We're getting worked up over nothing. We should just leave it be and get out of here. There's no point in digging up the past. It's better left buried. We're letting our imaginations run wild. This place is creepy, sure, but it's just an old house. There's no such thing as ghosts or curses. We're scaring ourselves for no reason. Let's just put the journal back and go home. There's nothing here worth risking our sanity over.
But deep down, a seed of doubt had been planted. The journal's words, the oppressive atmosphere, the strange occurrences, it all pointed to something sinister lurking beneath the surface. It was a feeling that gnawed at them, a sense that they had stumbled upon something far greater than they could comprehend. The storm outside seemed to echo their inner turmoil, a reflection of the chaos that had been unleashed within their minds. He couldn't shake the feeling that they had stumbled upon something they were not meant to find. It was as if they had opened a door that should have remained closed, unleashing a darkness that would haunt them forever. The shadows seemed to close in around them, a reminder that some secrets are better left buried and some doors are better left unopened.